Are you guys okay with this? Do you guys understand? You must be hearing all the time, is it a leading indicator or is it a lagging indicator? That's the meaning. Leading means what is going in, lagging is what's coming out. Generally, we just keep on talking about symptom, 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 symptom. You as lean professional will stop that. You will say, stop. Let's deep dive. Let's understand the axis. Let's see why we cannot fill the job. I was doing summer camp hiring job review process, and they were saying, oh, it takes too long, it takes too long. Watch it. They cut down almost by 60% by finding the axis. I never used to call them X, but I just want you to realize when you deep dive, you will find out all the inputs, all the process steps, and you'll find the axis. There are so many variables, same like my Honda case study for the windshield water leak. So many variables I had to find, remember? I had to look in the body shop, I had to look at the sealer, I had to look at the SOP. Why was I looking? I was trying to find, first of all, what the variables are, what are their metrics, how to keep them in check. The sealer height has to be 13 millimeter plus minus 1, the sealer line has to be straight, the glass has to be straight. Every attribute has a metric, a measurement. And we generally just cry here without understanding, first of all, what entails. Why do we do fishbone? We do fishbone to understand, first of all, what it entails. And then you ask, when you break the fishbone, when you say human, then you go to the next level, skill level, training. When you talk about the machine number one, when was it cleaned? Is it being maintained? Is it being replaced? Have we even checked the dimensions of the ring? The ring has been installed since day one, and we know nobody read the manual. The manual said, change it every year. Equipment for ultrasound and X-ray. Who does the maintenance? Maintenance is a big word, but somebody has to deep dive and see the variables, all the variables which is giving me the image. The image quality is poor. The image quality doesn't get poor on its own. There is some variables which we are not controlling, not focusing. For more than fixing, we are not even controlling. We don't even know. Forget about fixing. We don't even know that something is there. We just think the machine is there. Oh, machine should operate. Machine is a machine. It's gonna worn out. This is the example which we're gonna take, and you already have your own SIPOC. Okay? Start call with standard greeting. This is a call center. Remember yesterday example? Understand the query or request or complaint. Verify the customer's identity. Check for relevant information. Provide solution while on the call. Document call with appropriate codes. Provide reference number for the request or complaint and end the call. That's my process steps. What do I need? I need the call, I need the phone, I need the headsets, I need standard script. Even people have standard script. Who follows the standard script? Standard operating procedures. So once you have understand, the output is resolution or assurance of the resolution of customer issue and good customer service. This is, what is these feelings? What did you guys do yesterday with CTQ? Remember CTQ? You converted good customer experience into numbers. You have to convert this into numbers. You have to convert these things into first, what can go wrong here and how would I measure that? What can go wrong here? How would I measure that? I'm not saying go crazy, but in your mind at least you should know on each step. It's almost like fishbone, that we are not having a good customer experience on the call and go back and see what are the variables. So that's why I was saying you can use the fishbone, you can use the 8-twist. It's up to you whether you want to use it. So you have your process. So now you have your process. Start the call with standard greeting. What can be the sources of variation? Variations induced in the opening greetings. Deviation from the standard. Hello, how are you? Are you having fun? Hello, Leons. How can I help you? Two different people, two different calls. One call takes 3 seconds more than the other call. If you're trying to, as a lean professional, if you're trying to reduce the time it takes for the call, you will be hearing You will be listening to all your people and seeing, is everybody opening with the same statement? You don't even have to know the details. When you will walk the Gemba, you will listen to him, you will listen to him, you will listen to him, you will pick up quickly because you are taking all the details. If you are not taking the details and you're just standing there and talking, chatting, of course you will not catch it. But if you look at the detail, oh, he was doing this, then he did this, then he went here and doing this, you will quickly, oh, why? Variation induced, understand the query or request of the complaint. Variation induced due to the gap or inconsistency in capability of operators to understand the customer query. You have a person sitting there who doesn't understand. Skill level. Attributes for the first one, adherence to standard greeting script. Follow the addend, that's the attribute, and you don't do it, we will know. Completeness of understanding the query, request or complaint, proper tagging or data entry into the client provided application. If you put in the application right, take the right information, you will put the right information, you will get the right answer from the knowledge base. What is call center? Call center is knowledge base. Either you open a binder or you go into the details. Are you guys okay? So this is only supplier. Then you go into the inputs. On the call, what can go wrong? Deviation from the planned call volume, technology issues, headsets with microphone, variation in quality of headsets. Your headset is good, my headset has a disturbance. On purpose, I'm going in detail. Why am I going in detail? Because you guys are going on the wall, and whichever process you have picked up, I want you to find the variations by the process steps, by the inputs, and by the at least by the supplier. What are the variables? Apply the same mentality which you just applied on reducing weight. Remember your why. Remember what you are trying to achieve. What are you trying to achieve in your process? The process that you guys were mapping yesterday as SIPOC.
Reduce from 2 weeks to 2 days.
It's very important to know the problem statement, what are you trying to do, otherwise you will fail in this exercise. Because you will lose the focus. Are you trying to reduce the weight? Are you trying to increase the weight? Have to be very clear. I have to reduce my call time. So those are the variables you're going to find. What are the variables that could be living in my process which is causing me long lead time? Which problem was on this table? What process was your table? Your process. Your yeah. So you did your SIPOC on the budget cycle. So please take out your SIPOC to do this exercise. You have to do individually. You have to individually do the process, similar exercise. What are the variables and what are the metrics? It's in front of you. You can read. You can go back and forth. Rack your mind. I'm doing it on purpose. Remember we did SIPOC at a high level and we talked about, yeah, there could be some variables. I'm asking you now to be diligent, in detail. I can do straight into the first meeting a VSM, but it's not, we don't tell people that. Why? Go through the journey of a high-level SIPOC. Go through the journey of a swim lane map. Generally, we do swim lane to find out the time it takes, where are the holes. So it's more of a process tool. For problem solving, you honestly don't need a VSM. You need details. You need all the 8 waste. Here, the inefficiencies, in your case, will change to around your problem. For that, you don't need to go through a VSM exercise. You just need to focus on wherever you need to. Where is it? This is a process improvement tool.
Yeah.
For today's exercise, now I just want you to remember WIP, time in between, process step, who does it, time it takes, the detailed process step, the inefficiencies. Where will you get all of this? From where did you pull it? From the Gemba. You can do it, don't get me wrong. You can do a VSM with the people in the room. Nothing wrong in it. But you want to call it a lean VSM, walk the Gemba. If you're short of time, you can do it with the right people in the room. Yes. You will find the inefficiencies. Yes. But will it be to the bone? I don't know.
But I suppose your starting point using the SIPOC or doing the
I always do a SIPOC. I always do a SIPOC.
from the Gamba.
I always,
The Gamba from the SIPOC.
generally, people call you. Guys, listen to this. Generally, people call you in the boardroom. You start your conversation by doing a SIPOC, then you're doing a team charter, and after that, if you can bring the team the same day, great. Bring the team the next day. I do this. All the consultants do it differently. I do a high-level SIPOC. SIPOC tells me the charter, it gives me the boundaries. Then I know which team now need to be bring. Week after or 2 weeks after, depending on the customer, team comes into the room. I do the white belt training. I do a swim lane map with them just to make sure more knowledge is coming. Who was I meeting first? Just the sponsor. Sponsor only knows this much about the process. When you bring the people, they know this much. When you go Gamba, you find this much. Can we remember by small, medium, large? I'm not saying you cannot do a complex SIPOC. You can make a SIPOC as complex as you want. You can make the swim lane as complex as you want. I use high-level SIPOC, high-level swim lane, detailed VSM. Sometimes some people have told me, hey, that process step is very confusing. I may do another process map just for that step because it's a very complex step. But hardly happens that way because I found out, you saw my page, 55-page report. That was step 1, step 2, step 3, 35 steps. I'm gonna print them and I'm just gonna place them on the wall. If they want me to draw a nice value stream map, I will put it. But that report is enough for anybody to understand what's happening.